Hi, this is Yvette from My World of Metaphysics, bringing you another law of attraction metaphysical lesson from the girl next door. Today I want to talk to you about how I changed my world using scripting. Again, how I changed my world using scripting. You're probably saying, okay, Yvette, you just did a video on scripting. What else can you tell us? Well, the reason I'm talking about this is because I get people asking about information about scripting. So now you're probably saying, okay, now what do you have to say about scripting changing your life? I can actually say it was a combination of many things. Of scripting, which is writing, visualization, vision boards, affirmations. It was a little bit of everything. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about me, and then you tell me, do you believe me or not? All of you guys probably know me as the nurse practitioner that does metaphysics. Okay, now, what I want to tell you is that this was not always so. It was many years ago, but it was not always so. I worked myself up the ladder. I was always determined, but I always believed in the unknown. I've always was interested and fascinated with the unknown. I was always a believer of the law of attraction. At that time, we didn't call it law of attraction. I just called it creating the life that you want to create, okay? I had a very vivid imagination. I always did. That either worked for the best or it worked for the worst. But I understand how I created things in my life. Now, I told you guys before, I was always a writer. I always wrote something out. And I showed you guys my books before. I have one book that states what it is that I want. And then I have another book that states all things are possible. So once it went in this book, this is what I was trying to create. And when it went in this book, that meant I created it. Okay? Now, I do a lot of things, usually at night. That's the time when I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm being myself. I feel like I'm in my own area. So those are the times that I usually write out whatever it is I'm trying to do. I make my vision boards. I find pictures and print them out. I go down to Walgreens. At night is most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, when I'm to myself, is when I actually do these things. So you're probably saying, well, Yvette, how does scripting change your life? Well, I can tell you that I used to write everything out. I used to either write things out, daydream. Oh my God, I was always daydreaming and always writing something out that I wanted. I would write notes to myself. At that time, we did not call it scripting. I just call it talking to myself. And I used to write things out to myself, letting me know talking to myself, letting myself know what it is that I was trying to create in my life. Let me tell you, I graduated high school at 16. I then went to college and I got my business degree, my nursing degree, my bachelor's, my master's. I purchased my first house. I purchased my apartment building. I was always driving around with nice cars. The thing is, I did these things because I had a vision. I had a vision that I could have these things. Now, I did house cleaning, food service, direct care, and I just did more and more and more. So you see, everything was not always right there for me. I moved up the ladder. People might say, well, you're a nurse now, and you have the money now to do whatever you want to do. What do you people think? You guys think I'm Donald Trump or something? I have my salary, but I have been able to do what the normal person with my salary would be unable to do. I am in a townhouse that probably, the whole area runs like 600, 650. And I got mine for much less than what the other people purchased theirs for. How did I get it? I wrote out exactly what I wanted. I read it multiple times. I wrote it in the book. I wrote it in different areas. I wrote what I want on little index cards. I did all of these things, and all of a sudden, I was in this house. I have here something that I wrote. Oh my God. March 8th, 2014. It says here, townhouse, 2 floors, small backyard, fireplace, walk-in closets, garage, large bedrooms, updated kitchen, near all. And I wrote here, just to give you guys an example, I have a loving home of my own. I have a townhouse near the water and a town near stores and in walking distance. I own my townhouse at a price that is easily affordable. I am safe, my home is protected, my taxes are low and remain low. I live in a multicultural neighborhood. Right now, I have great neighbors. Right now I have the 2 bedrooms with another bedroom downstairs. I have wood floors. I have an office, fireplace. I have chocolate kitchen cabinets, stainless steel appliances. My home is very bright with a lot of sunlight. I have a master bedroom with walk-in closets, master bath, and a balcony in the bedroom. Either a balcony or a patio in my bedroom. You guys, I'm not lying. This one was written 2014. I didn't move in here until 2016. This one right here was written somewhere around that time because I would write and then I would write again. Now, not only did I did that, I have my vision board. Now, remind you guys, even though it's not considered scripting, I was taking pictures, cutting them out, taking them down to Walgreens, typing on the picture what I wanted it to say before I printed it out. I then would make my vision board. My vision board, I would be writing out on my vision board what it is that I desired. Again, writing, pictures. I am visualizing what I want, writing out what I want, reading what I wanted, acting as an affirmation. And one by one, these things came into my reality. On my salary, I should not be here, but I am. As a nurse practitioner, the job that I have right now, people usually don't leave. When I actually made up my mind to start working at my present job as a nurse practitioner, the person within 2 days decided to retire or retired, and I moved right on in. So what I'm trying to tell you is scripting changed my life. I was either writing, I was visualizing, or saying affirmations. Now remind you, again, the affirmations was within my scripting because I was reading it out in the present tense. Remember, people, whatever you're writing, whatever you're visualizing, whatever affirmations you're saying, it has to be in the present tense. Because if you put it in at a distant time, it's going to remain in the distance. You want it to be right now. This is what it is at this moment. So the same way you are doing visualization is the same way you're going to be doing your scripting. Your scripting should be no different from what you're visualizing. If you're visualizing yourself jumping up and down, being congratulated because you just got a position, your scripting should be, thank you, God, for blessing me with my promotion. Everybody is congratulating me right now. I am so happy that I got this new job. There should be no difference between your scripting, and there should be no difference between your visualization, and there should be no difference between your affirmations. If you keep this up and you imagine, have fun. Why is it I'm getting people writing me stressing about creating the life they desire? When you stress, you are making a negative affirmation. If you need a car and you're trying to manifest a car and you're stressing over what it is you're doing, saying it's not working, you are actually getting what you want because you are stressing over, you are actually blocking what it is you're trying to create. You're writing out what it is. Have fun. Let it go. Read it in the morning, read it at night, let it go. You know, write it over again in a couple of days. Read it morning and read it at night and let it go. Then during the day while you're working or you're just sitting there or you're waiting online, and imagine what it is that you want. If something is not working out for you, do not say the law of attraction is not working for you. The law of attraction is a universal law. It is what it is, just as if gravity is universal law. And the law of gender, there's males and females. There's gravity, okay? There's cause and effect. It has to be. That is just law. So the same thing with the law of attraction. You're always getting what you want. It may not be what you thought you were going to get, but deep inside is what you put out to the universe, and that's what came back to you. Okay? So whatever you're vibrating is whatever's coming back to you. That's why it's important to do scripting. That's why it's important to write out what you want in the present tense. That's why it's important to read it out. Every time you read these things out, every time you write it, you are giving your subconscious feedback into what it is you want to create in your life. And you're stating it in the present tense, stating, this is possible for me. This is possible because I'm writing it out and this is what it is. So I'm telling you guys, if you're trying to create the life you want, listen to me because I did it. I really did. So this video was on how I changed my world using scripting. If you like this video, please like it, please subscribe. You can also follow me at myworldofmetaphysics.com and store.myworldofmetaphysics.com if you would like to have crystals and jewelry. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Okay? Again, this is Yvette from My World of Metaphysics. Namaste.